So I think one of the most important element which happens in our training in Mussoorie is Bharat Darshan. Imagine people coming from Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Jammu Kashmir. In fact, we have people from Bhutan, and from every extreme. You see Gujarat, Marathi, everyone coming in and being there together. And how do they know this country? Because when you are studying, you only probably know your city. Maybe you had gone to other state. Maybe you know that particular state, and suddenly you have to become an all India service officer, right? So how do they do it quickly? So I remember this one. What they do is it's a 55-day thing. We did it about for 22 months. You have to leave out of your bag. That's also another important part of your training. Imagine you just have one bag, and you have to travel all across the country, and that's the first and fundamental thing which they put. And it's important that we are acclimatized with the country. So we started with my particular trip started with the Jammu Kashmir, Rajouri thing, and then from there we came to Jaipur, Bombay, Kochi, the entire west coast, and then we came back to Hyderabad and ended up in Bhubaneswar, right? So this entire journey, in fact, if you see it, I have not seen Northeast yet, right? So it's important as an officer. When I said, I kept on saying that empathy is very, very important when you are becoming a good civil servant. That particular thing makes a lot of difference. You are able to understand different cultures, the nuances of the different cultures, the language, and diversity. I think that's the first and foremost thing which each one of these trips will make you understand. In fact, if you look at it, there's an attachment called tribal attachment. You are sensitized to the armed forces, Navy, Army, and you when you are working there in the in fact, I remember we also sent to Srikakulam where we saw silk being grown. And also what happens is that when you do this kind of exposure, which helps you in understanding the diversity, you being in a small district like Auraiya or Banda, you'll find immense diverse. In fact, if you look at UP alone, it's so diverse. It's like they say it, right, every 50 kilometers the dialect changes. So that's exactly how our culture and dialect changes. So you are put that microcosm of thought process. It is not the same everywhere. It's diverse. And you believe, if you remember that when we were young, we always been told unity in diversity. That's the most important thing which is put in this Bharat Darshan, which happens about for 2 months. And they also teach you what to see, how to see it. So it's important. I always believe traveling is one education, experiential learning, and the people do it. It's not just going about taking photos, filling your social media. It's about understanding why this particular person is thinking the way it is, why they eat a particular food. If you look at South Indian food, it will be more like rice. If you look at the North Indian food, it is roti. So how does it? What are the cultural differences? What made them have two different eating patterns? So that is something which we explore over a time. So I remember I did the same thing in Thailand, because if you look at Thailand, it's almost it's there near our borders, right? So how is this country different from the country we are? Because when you talk about Europe, you always think, okay, they are very far, right? But this is a country where, in fact, you look at it, if there is history, our own born people, the people from Manipur had ruled Thailand for some time. So that's the beauty of it. So I was going about museums, understanding it, even the social structures which are there in Thailand. If you look at it, our religion, Buddhism is the largest religion there. So it is so beautiful that you understand so many things when you travel. Because I just been to Coorg recently. I was reading about or understanding the culture of Kodagos. It's very they are into sports, they are into army big time, military big time, and so that's how some cultures encourage people to become stronger for such. You look at Joshna Ponnappa, or you see Karipaji and Timayaji, who are there from Kodagu. So it's interesting that in fact they were a separate state till 1956. Imagine, that's something which you travel, you understand. And we always think Coorg is the place of coffee, right? But it's more than coffee. So when you go there, you understand many things which helps you, because you need to have an eye and observation. Observation is true learning. You talk to any philosopher, anybody going around you, they will tell you observation is true learning. And when you travel, your eyes, when I say eyes, it's observing, your way you observe becomes better, and then you become a very good you become an educated mind. That's more important. Traveling makes you a very strong educated mind.